45 days after the Pahalgam terror attack, "30 days after India's response, Prime Minister Modi is set to visit Kashmir. Prime Minister to inaugurate Chenab Bridge. Trade, tourism and morale booster. Prime Minister Modi's Kashmir visit. Top focus on NewsTrack.
Good evening. You're watching NewsTrack here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. We're going to be getting you details of the Prime Minister's visit to Kashmir. As we've told you, the focus on development, on tourism, trade and much more. The first visit after the Pahalgam terror attack. Also on the show, we'll be getting you a news break and the latest on the AX4 space mission, which will see the first Indian after Rakesh Sharma going to space. Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. So all those updates coming your way. Let's begin with Now let's begin with an update on the AX4 historic space mission, which will see the second Indian after Rakesh Sharma going to space. Shubhanshu Shukla, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, who's part of the Gaganyaan mission, is all set to be making his way to space on board the AX4 mission. And an update coming in while the scheduled takeoff was for June 8th. It's been pushed by 2 days, so the mission has been delayed to June 10th now due to operational delays essentially. Now, we also, just about an hour ago, heard from Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla as a part of the briefing by the 4 astronauts who are a part of this mission, including Shukla, who is very fondly called by the crew as Captain Shuks. He is going to be, of course, scripting history for India, second Indian to go to space after Rakesh Sharma, the first to be spending 14 days, 2 weeks in space, the first Indian at the International Space Station. So a lot of historic firsts. Listen in to some of the excerpts of what Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla had to say about the space journey ahead.
Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, who was the first Indian astronaut, he has been like a mentor to me at every step in this journey. He has always been there to guide me, how to navigate this entire journey right from the time of selection till this mission. He is also from the Indian Air Force, a test pilot like I am. So we share a lot of common things between us. And I think he understands very well the kind of challenges, the kind of preparation that we need for executing this mission. So it was great to have him on my side while I was navigating this journey. Unfortunately, due to some constraints, he won't be able to travel here for the launch. But he has assured me that I have his full support, and he is. I speak to him regularly, well now, all the time. I am carrying something for him to space, and I said this in the previous conference as well. But I have not revealed it to him, so it's like a surprise for him. So I would keep it to myself, and let it be revealed once I meet him to hand it over to him personally. I think I'm excited about all the aspects of this mission, starting with the first time that we will be in a position to observe the Earth from a vantage point that only a handful of people on this planet have ever experienced. And after that, the experience of floating in microgravity and, everyday activities that seem so simple for us, like walking, sleeping, eating, or, drinking water, they all become very different once you are up in space. So I'm really looking forward to having that experience in space. We have certain live events from on orbit, and we will be doing live interactions. We will have one with an Indian VIP, and we will have with the students, with the academia, and also with the space industry, so that I can share not just my story, but whatever is the experience that I'm getting on orbit back with people in our country. I will be conducting 7 Indian experiments developed by brilliant minds from the research institutions across our nation, investigating the effect of microgravity on cultures ranging from stem cells to crop seeds. These experiments will pave the way for India's progress in microgravity science, and I'm proud to be the bridge between Earth and orbit for this pioneering research. Balancing this scientific ambition with a rich cultural heritage, I carry symbols, souvenirs, crafted by the talented students from the National Institute of Design, celebrating India's culture and creativity. These artifacts represent the spirit of our country in space, and I carry them with deep pride. From orbit, I will also be speaking live with students, educators, and members of India's growing space industry, sharing not just experiences, but inspiration. If even one young dreamer is moved to explore the cosmos because of this mission, we will have already succeeded. I hope to ignite curiosity and excitement in young minds, to let them know that space is not a distant dream, but a future they can shape. This past year has been nothing short of a transformation, a journey of growth, discovery, and unshakable resolve. As I stand at the threshold of a 14-day mission to the International Space Station, I reflect on the path that has brought me here. From diverse systems to advanced platforms across continents and cultures, this training has been intense, but deeply rewarding. Behind every minute in space lies months, a lot of times years of preparation. I am deeply thankful to every member of the team who has shaped this journey through their expertise and dedication. This mission stands on your shoulders. And to my family and friends, your strength and support have been my anchor. In the most demanding moments, your belief kept me moving forward. My crew, too, not just exceptional professionals, but they are truly remarkable teammates. And I have been grateful to them for every step. I am carrying a few delicacies from India. You know, we have a very rich culinary culture. And so a few of the items that I'm carrying are mango nectar. I'm also carrying moong dal halwa and carrot halwa. Some of them are my favorites, and I am so happy to be able to carry them, share it with my colleagues, and also the astronauts who are on the station right now.
Okay, let's bring in India Today's science editor, Shibu Tripathi. He's joining us live. He was a part of that virtual briefing. Remember, all 4 astronauts, including Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, are currently in quarantine. Shibu, the news, of course, that everyone's been waiting for is that that countdown to the mission was scheduled to June 8th, now pushed to June 10th. But just give us a sense of really what you made of that press conference. Captain Shukla, or Shuks as he's being called by his crewmates, clearly ready, raring to go, looking very, very excited.
Good evening, Akshita. Definitely, this press conference is an indication that all is well with the AX4 mission and the crew. They have been in quarantine for a few days now, which will likely go on till 14 days before launch. So everything is good. The crew is in a healthy condition. The launch has been postponed to June 10th, while the Axiom Space did not issue any clarification behind the reason for the postponement. It could be multiple reasons. It could be the weather condition at the launch site. It could be quarantine extension for the astronauts, or it could even be the availability of a port at the International Space Station, or the readiness of the space station to welcome the 4 crew of the X4 mission. This press conference was really important for India per se, because we are launching an astronaut for the first time in over 40 years. And Shubhanshu Shukla was aptly right in thanking and honoring Rakesh Sharma, the first Indian astronaut to go to space in 1984. He said that he's carrying something very special for Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma to space. He did not disclose as to what it is, but he said he'll hand it over to him once he returns. Another big development is that there is going to be a call with an Indian VIP from the space station. Now, we know that when Rakesh Sharma went to space in '84, there was that historic phone call between him and then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, where he said that "Sare jahan se acha Hindostan hamara." We are looking forward to a similar phone call between Shukla and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He very cheekily said that it's going to be an Indian VIP without mentioning that it could be the head of the Indian government. So we look forward to that. Another thing is that he said that he's going to conduct 7 big experiments that have been specifically designed by India for the Indian human spaceflight mission Gaganyaan. So that is something to look forward to. He'll also collaborate with NASA on 7 different space experiments. Apart from that, he's going to also speak to students and educators from academia across the world. ISRO had informed us that there are going to be 2 such outreach events. One of them could be a live event and one of them could be a recorded event. We wait to see when these events will unfold, since their entire schedule of 14 days is packed with experiments, packed with new learnings for India and for ISRO. He did also talk about what he's going to be most excited about when he reaches this International Space Station. He said that the vantage point of seeing Earth from the space station, the entire planet, the curvature of the planet, is going to be something very exciting. He's also excited about carrying Indian delicacies to space. He did mention that he's carrying moong dal ka halwa and gajar ka halwa to space for the fellow astronauts. So it's a good mission. We look forward to the success of the mission. At the moment, the latest update is that it has been delayed to June 10th. We await the final
unfortunately, our wait gets a bit longer, but there's so much to look forward to based on what you've told us, Shibu, of the big takeaways of this mission, what it means for Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, who, remember, is part of the Gaganyaan mission, what it means for so many of us Indians who are waiting, so excited and counting down to that mission. So our wait gets just a bit longer, about 48 hours. It's been pushed to June 10th. Keep our fingers crossed that there are no more delays. Thanks very much, Shibu, as always, for joining us here on India Today, for joining us on NewsTrack. Now, like I said, what you're going to witness as part of the AX4 space mission is something truly, truly historic, because Shubhanshu Shukla will be setting foot in the International Space Station, the first Indian to ever do so, and the second Indian to go to space after Rakesh Sharma. And it's taken quite some time. It's been 4 decades since Rakesh Sharma went to space. And now, after 40 years, Shubhanshu Shukla taking a similar step.
40 years after this moment, an Indian is headed to space. Rakesh Sharma scripted history in 1984 as he became the first Indian to head to space. Wing Commander Sharma was on board Soviet Union's Soyuz T-11 and was in space for 7 days. Rakesh Sharma was stationed on board Soviet Union's Salyut 7 orbital station. Remember this iconic moment when then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi spoke to Sharma while he was in space?
ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है आपको?
जी मैं बगैर किसी झिझक के कह सकता हूँ कि सारे जहां से अच्छा।
After 40 years, Captain Shukla will be scripting a whole lot of historic firsts. While Sharma spent 7 days in space, Shukla is poised to spend 2 to 3 weeks in space. Another first, Group Captain Shukla will be stationed at the International Space Station, the first Indian to do so. After Rakesh Sharma, Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is all set to script history for India. And thereafter, hopefully, we'll see many more Indians headed to space as part of ISRO's Gaganyaan mission. Bureau Report, India Today.
So what we witnessed earlier was a virtual press briefing, and that's because you have all 4 astronauts part of this mission in a quarantine right now, including astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla. Liftoff on June 10th, and before that, a mandatory 2-week quarantine, which is a tough time for them. They're kept away from their families, very little human interaction, but it's done for several reasons, which we break down in our next report.
History in the making as the countdown has kicked off for the AX4 mission to space. A moment of pride for India as Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is all set to blast off into space. Shukla, who will only be the second Indian ever to go to space after Rakesh Sharma, is now in quarantine, getting set for the final countdown. In a video released by Axiom Space, Shukla is seen getting a send-off before quarantine along with his space colleagues. Group Captain Shukla too thanked the entire team for all their hard work in making this mission become a reality.
Thank you so much for your contribution. I may not know you personally, but I understand that it is each one of you who have contributed to this mission being a success, and I'm sure that it will be a success going forward from here. So thank you so much.
You guys are amazing, and it is all your efforts that is making us successful. And what I'm most impressed with, I've trained as backup on 1 and commander on 2 and backup on 3 and commander on 4, is the progression I've seen. That's just from my little knothole, and there's so many folks out there that I don't get to see and work with all the time. And I know every one of you is progressing and changing because you're doing amazing things.
The quarantine period typically lasts about 14 days prior to launch. During this time, astronauts and a small support team are isolated in a controlled facility, often located near the launch site. The protocols include strict isolation from the general public to minimize exposure to pathogens, enhanced hygiene measures such as frequent hand washing and room ventilation, daily health monitoring and regular medical checks to detect any symptoms early, limited physical contact with support staff, also following strict precautions. Final mission briefing and training exercises are also included in isolation. Axiom-4 has astronauts from India, Poland and Hungary. This is each nation's first government-sponsored flight in more than 40 years, including India. This will be the very first time an Indian astronaut will be at the International Space Station. Bureau Report, India Today.
So like I said, the wait gets a bit longer for Captain Shukla to be in space from June 8th. The mission has now been pushed for liftoff to June 10th. Here on India Today, we'll be getting you all those updates as we count down to the D-Day of the space mission taking off. But let's move on and get you details on NewsTrack of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Jammu and Kashmir later this week. This will be the Prime Minister's first visit since the Pahalgam attack. And what the Prime Minister will focus on is largely Vikas, on tourism as well as development. He's going to be inaugurating the much anticipated Kashmir rail project. It's a milestone in the region's connectivity, acts as a catalyst to bring trade and tourism back to the valley.
"45 days after the April 22nd attack in Pahalgam, and a month after India launched Operation Sindoor in response to the terror attack, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Jammu and Kashmir this Friday, marking his first visit to the valley since the Pahalgam terror attack. The visit is scheduled to begin on the 6th of June. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi will flag off 2 Vande Bharat trains connecting Srinagar with Katra. But the spotlight is on the world's highest railway bridge on Chenab, which the Prime Minister will unveil. The Vande Bharat will not only provide an all-weather connect to various parts of the country, but also boost trade and defense movement. The train service will also be a catalyst to bring the flow of tourists back to the valley after the recent terror attack. Prime Minister Modi has assured that with the support of the people of Kashmir, the government will ensure continued development in Jammu and Kashmir.
6 मई की रात ऑपरेशन सिंदूर सैन्य बल से प्रारंभ हुआ था, लेकिन अब ये ऑपरेशन सिंदूर जनबल से आगे बढ़ेगा.
The Prime Minister's Kashmir visit comes shortly after Home Minister Amit Shah's 2-day tour last week. During the visit, Shah visited the affected regions, expressed solidarity with the people, and handed out job appointment letters to the families of those who lost their lives.
हमले में जो हमारे नागरिक हताहत हुए हैं, उनके परिजनों को सरकारी नौकरी देने का, उसका अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर देने का एक कार्यक्रम यहां पर आयोजित किया है. समग्र देश इस घटनाक्रम में आपके परिवार की जो क्षति हुई है, इसमें आपके साथ चट्टान के साथ खड़ा है.
As the valley tries to reboot after the recent escalation, Prime Minister Modi's visit aims to instill new hope amongst the Kashmiris, dissipating fear and boosting morale. Bureau Report, India Today.
But the top focus really for the Prime Minister when he is in Kashmir later this week on Friday is going to be that the world's highest railway bridge, the Chenab Bridge in Jammu and Kashmir, will be inaugurated. The Chenab Bridge is poised to become the world's highest railway bridge, stretching 13,115 meters and standing 359 meters tall. This was a bridge that was to be inaugurated over 1.5 months ago, just before the Pahalgam terror attack. That visit was called off due to bad weather, and now finally the Prime Minister will be there to unveil this rail bridge.
A technical marvel that is gateway to the Kashmir Valley. The iconic Chenab Bridge, world's highest rail bridge, is set to be unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Standing tall over the Chenab River in Riyasi district, the bridge will be inaugurated on Friday.
There are also different features of this bridge, which is going to give all-weather connectivity, and Railways has also gathered seismic data of the last 100 years of the areas surrounding 150 kilometers of this entire region. So all aspects have been kept in mind while constructing this bridge, and now this bridge is going to be dedicated to the nation.
Part of the Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla rail link, the Chenab Bridge is built to withstand nature's toughest test.
On my right-hand side, see as to how the crane was constructed on the Kashmir side. So you can see the wires, those were used to transport the equipments, because it was not easy to carry equipments manually, as it was on such a huge height. Multiple bolts and nuts have been used to connect the bridge, and this is the central point of this entire Chenab railway bridge.
Dil ki Doori and Delhi ki Doori to end, as Kashmir Valley will get rail link to rest of the country. Modi will also flag off the inaugural Vande Bharat train to Kashmir Valley from Katra. The Prime Minister is likely to take a train ride to Katra and interact with railway engineers and workers. The Chenab Bridge unveiling in April was delayed due to inclement weather. The unveiling will come as a resounding message to Pakistan that India will not let up developing Jammu and Kashmir despite Islamabad's cowardly terror strikes. With Piyush Mishra at Chenab Bridge, Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of NewsTrack. Thanks very much for tuning in.